Jets defensive tackle Dewayne Robertson spends little time in the weight room and too much time showing off his fleet of souped-up cars for the New York media.
If you're talking about his car collection, you got a major issue. What a bust he was. He was such a big, imposing figure. You would hope he would help out in the middle of that Jets defensive line. Never happened. And then we're hearing about his monster truck stuff. I mean, come on, please, with Dwayne Robertson. What a bust he was.
Dwayne Robertson, number 4 pick in the draft. I mean, he was a guy that the Patriots wanted. It took so much talk before the draft. They might trade up ahead of the Jets to get this guy. And it was kind of an arms race for this new big defensive tackle to come in and really put pressure on Tom Brady. And Robertson was going to be a big part of what the Jets did.
Dwayne Robertson was a very high draft pick for the Jets in 2003. Came in with the reputation he was going to be the next Warren Sapp.
He was an interesting person. We saw some times when he really did perform well, and he was what we expected. And then there were other times he just didn't get it.
And the Jets got duped there. I mean, they really did. They took a guy that was more interested in everything off the field than anything on the field.
If Dwayne Robertson spent half as much time in the film room or the weight room or anywhere at the Jets facility as he did souping up his cars, he probably wouldn't be one of the greatest busts in Jets history. And that says something when you consider the likes of a Blair Thomas, a Vernon Golston, Mark Sanchez. Too soon?
For Jet fans, we keep trying to see if we get it right. And maybe, might be another 50 years, but we'll get back to the Super Bowl.
Dwayne Robertson was not a good football player. They spent millions and millions of dollars they wasted on him. I think Dwayne took most of that money and put it into his cars. He had a car collection, and they were so high off the ground that, I mean, you literally needed a ladder. I saw some of them that they had to be 8 or 10 feet off the ground.
And every time I turned around, he had a new vehicle. It used to look like Duck's Dynasty or something, that big giant truck and wheels. You know, I never could understand, like he was going to be hunting rhinoceroses down at the Safeway. I never did get it, frankly. He had one had tires bigger than me. I was like, where are you going with this thing?
Athletes are going to be athletes. Boys are going to be boys. But I don't know. What he did to that blue Hummer, that should be a crime against humanity right there.
I think it was something like a 6-car garage, and, you know, it's like an episode of MTV Cribs when you're looking at this thing. It's incredible. And then you look at the on-field production, and you're like, man, if for 1 minute he might have been able to put some of that effort back into the field, you know, it would have been incredible because he was an immensely talented guy.
Really a star-crossed career that never fulfilled its potential. I'm sure he's driving well these days, but he may not have any money for anything else.